Now, if you've thought about eating mindfully and heard of this term in the past, it might have referred to things like chewing your food 15 to 30 times before you swallow. This is really a great practice for healthy digestion. Or maybe eating mindfully means sitting down with your loved ones, friends, your dog, your cat, and enjoying a meal with somebody else besides yourself. So, eating in community is another way to eat mindfully. Now, you might have also heard about not being on the go. So instead of rushing and eating food while you're in your car and at your desk, that you're actually just sitting down to rest, eat, and then afterwards you can rest and digest. This is a beautiful way to make sure that you're eating in a way that promotes good health. Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Power of the Pause. I am Nicolette Richer, and on behalf of Heart and Soil magazine, I'm here to speak to you about mindful eating, why healthy soil makes healthy food. Now, I want to talk to you about other ways to eat mindfully. So let's leave your desk, your table, and let's venture out to the farmland. Ways that you can eat mindfully are by one, getting to know your farmers. So by getting to know your farmers, you can ask them questions like, do you practice soil regeneration? Which means putting the nutrients back in the soil that have been lost via the farming practices. Now, today in our current day and age, we are only really replenishing the soils with phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. That's only 3 minerals, but our soil needs hundreds of minerals, vitamins, nutrients to ensure that we get healthy food. So, by getting to know your farmers, you can ask them questions like, do you practice soil regeneration by planting cover crops, rotating your gardens? Also by composting and applying the compost back into the soil, applying seaweed to the soil. There are so many practices that farmers can use now. Farmers that are really trained in permaculture, biodynamic farming, crop rotation, soil regeneration. There's so many different practices for how to actually reclaim the soil and bring it back to life so that you and I get to enjoy healthy, delicious, nutrient-dense food. So when you get to know the farmers, another aspect of eating healthily is by simply just being grateful to the farmers who grew the food, because farmers who practice soil regeneration and putting the nutrients back into the soil, this builds up a very, very healthy microbiome, and you benefit from this. Now, what happens is when the soil is rich in a healthy microbiome, your food that you're consuming gets a lot of nutrients as well. Now, when you eat that food, you're consuming a bountiful amount of insoluble and soluble plant-based fibers. And these plant-based fibers go on to fuel the natural bacteria that exists in your large intestine and all throughout your body. So what this bacteria does is it produces 95% of the dopamine and the serotonin that gets taken up by your brain. And these are the feel-good hormones, the ones that make you feel happy and ecstatic and just loving life, loving others, loving yourself. So to practice mindful eating means getting to know your farmers, asking them if they practice soil regeneration, and also being really, really grateful to the people that grew your food. Thanks very much for being here today on The Power of the Pause, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Bye-bye.